Hi, everybody. Welcome to Between the Chapters Family Coffee and Conversations. I am so excited to have my mom, Sherry, here on our podcast today. And it's even more special because my mom is also my aunt's sister. So it's fun a little bit to have that relationship and for me to interview my mom because she's read my aunt's book. So it's really fun. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh gosh. You know Heidi's story, obviously. Growing up with three sisters and a mom was a blessing,
Mhm.
a blessing. Life was an absolute adventure. It was. It was wonderful. Being Heidi's big sister, um, she went from a pest to a cherished friend.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
it's funny because sometimes we'll talk about how, like you guys used to pick on her a little bit and
We
she
did pick on her a little bit.
she talks a little bit about how good of a writer you used to be and how she would ask for you to read to her and stuff. So she has said very she highly praises you, with when we talk about your guys' childhood though.
It was
So
fun teaching her to read. She was a sponge.
yeah, she said like age 3, I
She
think.
was little. Yeah,
Yeah,
she was little.
crazy. Okay. So you have read A Simple Love Story, which Aunt Heidi released maybe 4 or 5 months ago. Can you tell us a little bit about little bit about the book, but obviously can't give away too many spoilers, but maybe just your opinion on it, what you think?
Yeah, it's a book that blends kind of the two worlds of lifestyles where you can
Mhm.
have the Amish lifestyle and because it's written like modern day today. So having the two lifestyles, there was that blend. Heidi does an awesome job of developing the characters,
Mhm.
and they remain true to themselves throughout the whole book. Um, Heidi's also an incredible researcher.
Yeah.
So, she's been lots of places, and one of the places she's always wanted to go was the Ozarks. So I know she was super excited about this book.
Yeah.
Um, so there was a few places in the book where she described the town or a church, which was fun because I've never been to the Ozarks.
Mhm.
Uh, I'm trying to think of how not to give away
I
anything.
know. You can say a little bit,
Um,
obviously, just no big spoilers.
so one of the things that Heidi does, Heidi is really passionate about her relationship with Jesus Christ.
Mhm.
She loves the Bible and she's an avid reader. Um, she has a deep relationship with Jesus, God, and the Holy Spirit. That might be confusing for some. So you can see that Heidi's relationship come out in her characters,
Mhm.
specifically the main character in this book, and I forgot her name.
Mary.
Thank you, because
Yeah.
that should be easy, but it's been a little bit since I've read it.
Yeah.
You can see Heidi's personal relationship with the Lord come out in Mary.
Yeah.
So that was fun to see.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
cool. I guess I didn't. It's funny how many different views you can view on the book, right? Because I didn't think about it like that and having the relationship Aunt Heidi has come out in her character, Mary.
Yet
Oh,
she's not afraid to pray with people. She's not
yeah.
afraid to be honest.
That's totally Aunt
Um,
Heidi.
yeah, yeah. And
Totally.
not a lot of people in today's, this could be a sticky point, in today's church
Mhm.
recognize Holy Spirit and his power as God.
Yeah.
They don't see him as an amazing, compliment to your life, the power in your life,
Right.
him guiding you and directing you. And Heidi does bring that out awesome in the Mary's character.
Yeah. Oh, good. That's a really good point. I'm really glad you brought that up. Good answer. That's a really good answer. Did you notice a specific theme throughout the book that stood out to you?
There was a theme when conflict arose. Um, in today's day and age, I think so many people have grown up, learning how to sweep conflict under the rug,
Mhm.
or maybe somebody wasn't raised with tools to
Yeah.
work out conflict.
Mhm.
And so in the book, with the characters, they resolve conflict in an awesome way. They handle it right away. There's honesty, and that was refreshing because sometimes in books you read, you just see, and let's say it's a boy and a girl, and now the girl's mad at him for however long, and you just
Mhm.
work your way through the book, and like, when is this going to be over?
I
That kind of
know.
thing.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah. I said showing a lot of compassion too. So it's
mhm.
very similar to what you said. There's a
Lots of
lot.
compassion because
Yeah.
Mary's extremely compassionate, and now
Mhm.
she's in the contemporary world, and
Mhm.
people are not used to people like her.
Yeah. She's not selfish. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, like you said, it was a breath of fresh air, like reading and,
Hmm.
yeah. Okay. Very neat. Was there a scene or character that captured you or impacted your own life?
Um, I hate, I really disliked the sister,
Okay.
the one. Remind me of her name. She's so uh not Ruth. She's so broken.
Yeah.
And how Mary had compassion for her was amazing, and
Yeah.
how the Lord worked on the sister throughout the book, and how she resisted and resisted and resisted.
Hmm.
Um, and you see so many wounded people in everyday life,
Yeah.
and recognizing sometimes it's hard to recognize what their journey is
Hmm.
because they keep so much hidden.
Yeah.
So it was a really great reminder to approach people with compassion,
Hmm.
because you never know what their journey in life has been.
No.
I have a dear friend who has had a really, really rough journey,
Hmm.
and don't people think she's snobbish, but she's not, because
Yeah.
she's been hurt so deeply her whole life.
Hmm.
And I pray for her salvation all the
Yeah.
time,
Hmm.
that she'll discover the Lord.
Yeah.
Um, so it's a good reminder, because we don't know what people have walked through.
For sure. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's hard. It is like there was I think there are a lot of good reminders in this book on like oh like showing compassion towards people like you don't know what they're going through or just wanting to be more like Mary. I think sometimes I'm like I wish I was a
Yeah.
little bit more like Mary and like the forgiving and she
Hmm.
wasn't quick to snap. Sometimes I'm quick
Hmm.
to snap with my kids. So just like little
Mary doesn't
reminders
have
like
kids
that.
yet.
That's true. That's true. But just I don't know with my husband, I guess, just things
Yeah.
like that. It was a good reminder. Do you have a favorite character in the book? And if so, who and why?
Um, I mean, it's really hard not to love Mary the
Hmm.
most.
Hmm.
But I just, I felt for the sister.
Yeah.
So as I continued through the book, I found myself hoping for her.
Hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah. I I get that. Was there a favorite scene you had in the book? Like, putting you on the spot now. I know this wasn't really a
Okay,
question.
when they before okay, I guess I don't want it to be a spoiler, but before the wedding, they go
Hmm.
up to the mountain, and I'll just leave it
Oh,
that.
yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
That was a good one. Where like I said, not giving too many spoilers, but there were some twists and turns that I didn't necessarily see coming
me
with
too.
some characters. And I thought that was interesting. But I thought, like the title of the book is a simple love story, and it was really simple,
Hmm.
the love that was in the book, and I feel like you don't necessarily see that in a lot of books either. There's a lot of conflict
Yes,
in most books, and it was nice to see just a genuine
love story.
love story,
Yeah,
so it was nice. It was
yeah.
I appreciated that.
Me too, because I am a voracious reader.
Yes.
And there's always conflict. And not that, because you want to grab the attention of
Hmm.
people, and you want to
Hmm.
give them a good story.
Yeah.
And Heidi's book is a really good story.
Hmm.
But it was refreshing in a way that you could still have a really good story, but you don't have the conflict. And I read a lot of murder mysteries too. So you
Yeah.
don't have
Yeah.
some of the things that you would typically expect in a book, but
Hmm.
it still made you want to keep reading it
For
and
sure.
finish it. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Well, I'm glad it made you feel that way too, because that's what I felt when I was reading it as well. Would you recommend others to read Aunt Heidi's book?
Yes, definitely. Um, I think going back to how some people were raised in the church or not raised in the church, Heidi does a good job of explaining the faith.
Hmm.
Either if you're not, um, depending on how much you know or how much you've experienced, she does a good job of that.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't make the reader feel like they're stupid.
Yeah. And I think she really, I'm glad you noticed that because she really tries hard to do that. She wants anybody and everybody to enjoy her book, and whether like it brings them a little bit closer to Jesus or a lot bit closer to Jesus,
Mhm.
like that is like one of the main reasons she writes, right? To just like
Yeah,
grow people's faith. And so that's, really neat. And for anybody who can read her book and experience that is,
yeah,
a win in Aunt Heidi's book, right?
right, right,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure. Relying on the Holy Spirit and not being afraid to pray for anything. There
Hmm.
is nothing too small for God.
No.
Nothing. It
Yeah.
could be, I just pray that my plant doesn't die. God cares about every
Yeah.
tiny little thing that we love because He created us.
For sure.
So,
Absolutely. Yeah, nothing too small. Do you have any last minute thoughts regarding the book that you would like our listeners to know?
um, Heidi's writing has changed over the years. She's always been great at developing characters. Um, and she loves to set her stories in history because she loves history. She's been
Hmm.
passionate about history her whole life. And she has this amazing memory, very, very intelligent. So when she writes about places, you can trust that that's really what happened, or it's really what it was like there. She and Sam, hardcore travelers, and
Hmm.
it's just going to get they're going to travel more and more places all the time. So she's
Yeah.
going to experience different people,
Hmm.
um, different customs that will come out in her books.
Hmm.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they've changed. She always has, most of them have been love stories, but there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody loves a good love story.
Yeah.
The Knights Revealed was definitely different. I loved The Knights Revealed
Mhm.
because it was rooted in a deep history,
Yeah.
with the Catholic Church and the Knights of the Templar. I mean,
Mhm.
it's a good book. It's
Yeah.
completely different than this one.
Right,
So
right.
it's fun to see an author that can do different types of writing because you don't always get that.
For sure. Hmm. I haven't read The Knights Revealed, so that I need to add that one to my list
Yeah,
to,
it's a good
to
one.
read. Yeah. Oh, awesome. Well, thank you for taking the time to read her book, and thank you for coming on to our podcast. I know she'll be so excited to listen to what you have to say, just as a reader, but also as her sister too. So
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Well, I
And
love her. I'm really, really proud of her.
oh,
Yeah, God's doing amazing things in her life.
yes, he
Yeah,
is. So,
yeah.
oh, well, thank you. All right,
Okay.
everybody. Have a
All
good day.
right.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.